de favela, bailão é baile de favela.
Hello everybody, this is Total Game Junkie and I want to welcome you back to my channel. Right now we're going to continue where we last left off with VAMPYR. Hope you all enjoy it. Alright, so when we last left off, we had to track William and that down. So, look at that now. Oh yeah, so let's go find him.
I will get to the bottom of this intrigue.
Yeah, I'm
What's
trying to
been done
think
to me,
like...
to this city.
What the hell was that? So I've been thinking I might do a second walkthrough, you know, like join the fleet, like yeah. So yeah, because like I might do one walkthrough where I try to be good, and another one where I'm just like, you know, just consuming everything in my path. Swore I saw someone. This 2 screws and 2 grease. Alright, let's just head back now. Where the main mission is. Track the killer, inspect the boats, eternal first.
The body is still warm. This man has just been drained of blood. This man was armed. He tried to defend himself. What's this? Some sort of note.
Pre-win orders. 30th of October, from G. McCullum to Docks Patrols. Objective: multiple deaths in the Docks region. We believe a lasting leech is involved. Locate the beast, purge it, and quickly. Warning: according to recent reports, this vampire is very violent. Approach with extreme caution. I know we lack men in this part of town, but don't send rookies to investigate the case. Sorry, that thing was in the way. If I'm correct, we've got a frenzied one killing each night. As always, search abandoned places first, like old houses, basements, sewers, or warehouses. Destroy the leech, brothers.
These men, they're a company of professional vampire hunters. This corpse has been dried of its blood, just like the previous victim. Blood and empty gin bottles. This Bishop fellow is something of a heavy drinker. There are blood splats on the other side of the canal. I must reach that barge.
Just look over here real quick, see if there's anything else. I like that ability, just like teleporting in that. Is it teleporting or is it like dashing or... It's something, and what's that? Hunter, resistance. Shit. How do I out of combat? How do I sneak? Never said there was like a sneaking part. Equip and press Y to use your ranged weapons and inflict both standard damage and stun damage. Be aware that the ammo is limited.
Ammunition crate. Good. I may need a lot of bullets. I feel like I'm back on the front line again.
How do I... How do I equip the revolver?
It's locked.
If a man says a bloodsucker's dug in here, you've but one job, and that's to find it. And find it.
Best be on your way home.
Fair enough, Tom. But why do they hide when it's so damn cold?
How do I equip weapons? Alright, I want to equip this gun. How do I do it? No. Ah, okay, there we go. Ah, and that's what I do. Shit, I thought press to spot enemies around this way there. Some enemies are more resistant to certain types of damage. There are 4 types of resistance: melee, ranged, blood, shadow. Orange indicates a medium high resistance. Red indicates a high resistance.
This one's mine! It's on him! It's on him! There's one of them vermin!
Yeah. Tasty blood. Delicious. Let's play the shotgun shell. Alright.
See any of these bastards back here again?
How do I sneak up on them?
Leech spotted! Watch out, boys! Leech spotted! Watch out! It's down! Finish it!
Yummy. One more there. So let's go and fuck him up. See you over there.
Are you there? Over there!
I'm pretty sure I can XP this way as well, you know, by draining their blood. That's my XP up there, 450. Yeah, I like. Alright, rats are often located near hiders. You can help you locate more of them easily. New practices, new tactics. I know that some of our companions consider that the best advantage we have in our fight against leeches is that they can't go out during the day, just so we can hunt them down when they hide, powerless in their sleep. This is a rookie mistake. First, because vampires are clever and they have countless ruses and tricks to avoid being spotted in their den. Second, because they deploy many deadly traps to kill any intruders in what they consider their most precious sanctuary. It would cost us too much men and too much time to explore and eradicate vampires in their hideouts. The best tactic is to follow and destroy them when they really are vulnerable. When they hunt at night, it is much easier to attack them than for they can easily be spotted. That's why the Guard of Cruin must evolve and deploy new tactics to hunt leeches. Small and mobile patrols, tactics based on technological advantages. Modern communications, we can learn many things from the war in France, new strategies, new equipment, and new weaponry. Grenades, phosphorus, ultraviolet light, bulletproof vest, and flamethrower. It is time for the Guard to embrace the 20th century. From A New War by Jeffrey McCollum, Cruin leader.
Over there!
Your tasty blood. So tasty. Now plus 5 XP, so like 480. Right. I level up from draining their blood at all? No. That's a shame. Ooh, new hideout available. And shillings and a stash. The body. Common handle part and lead pipe. You have enough components to improve one of these weapons. SRT. Yeah, upgrade that. You can upgrade your weapon to a new level with the required ingredients. It will inflict more damage and you also gain access to customizable slots. Alright, achievement. Work in progress. Upgrade a weapon. Gonna upgrade the... And what does the new stake need? Alright, let's level up the skill here. So 525. Increase the damage inflicted when using fighting combat. What's science? Yeah. Increase your health. What's this one do? Increase your blood capacity. Increase health, you know. Defensive. You block your target's blood in their veins, making them defenseless. You create an invisible barrier, absorbing direct damage until it fades. I'm not using horse because I got the blade, so I guess I'll just lay it. Whoop. Here we go. Let's confirm that skill and head off for our mission. Yeah, so far I'm really enjoying the game. I hope you all are too. Alright, let's leave this place then.
Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Alright, equip a two-handed weapon and press Y to use its special skill. The scythe, nice, for instance, can be used to parry an incoming attack, inflicting heavy stun damage if timed correctly. Equipping of the two-handed weapon will unequip your off-handed weapon.
As one, we shall overcome this.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
It did not quench my thirst. I must have more.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Yeah. Shit. Shit. What's that parry even do? I don't even know what the bottom bar and the top bar is. Scythe is a bit slow, but use bludgeon. 65 damage. What's this do? 58 damage. Attack speed 10, that's 15, 7 and 15.
William was an honourable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by Skal?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar.
Yeah, Paul immediately recognized the voice.
Like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders.
What's he doing here?
Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help.
Yeah, I bet you like he's the main
Just give me a
mastermind
moment to
behind it
secure
or
my
something.
boat. We can leave this awful place.
Because, you know, like, sometimes it's the innocent people in the game
William
who are
was not
actually
the
the
evil man
main
they claimed. He was
villain.
just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
Let's do it.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some...
Yeah. It's blood
subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Drillings, yay. Alright, let's go. Ooh, achievement. At dawn we row. Take a ride with Dr. Swansea. I assume it's like when I had the Hunter Vision on, or whatever it's called, the Vampire Vision, whatever it is, showed his XP was 3,000, so I assume I can.
Where are we headed?
Drain him.
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy.
Look at him. Privacy.
Well, London is
privacy, and we both know
from
it.
the middle of the canal. If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stole, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed, a surgeon of some caliber and
Oh yeah,
renown,
he's
if I'm
guilty.
not
He's
mistaken.
definitely the main
You are correct,
antagonist.
sir.
The
I
hidden
knew
one.
it. I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that,
And
you
so
are
much
right.
for me to feed on.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this affliction.
Disease.
Take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Until I sink my teeth into your fang. 'Cause gotta say, I'm really am enjoying this game so far.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Who is this
Worry no more,
Dorothy?
Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Like that, why didn't it say unknown when we didn't see her, you know
Oh,
what I mean?
Doctor, what a
Or
night.
said the
We
name.
lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship is in sync. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
There's a sex joke in that saying, but you know, I'm above that.
I cannot enter.
Analyze William's blood at the hospital. That him over there.
Nah, it's my turn.
Uh-oh.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the secret of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
The blood quality indicates how much XP you will drain from a particular citizen. The higher the blood quantity, the more XP you'll get. To drink blood of your prey, you first need to mesmerize them, then lead them out of sight from others. Your mesmerized level must be equal or higher than the citizen's resistance.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
First aid to embrace cancer. Embracing Clay will provide a massive XP boost, but be aware there will be consequences. Learning more about citizens and collecting their hints will increase the experience gained. I like that music. Alright. Where is he? What do I know about him? Well, you know, I did see him stab that guy, so you know, I should maybe kill him because he murdered a person, but what if he did it like for reasons? What if his son or wife got killed or something, you know what I mean? Just shit, this is a tough one. You know what, you killed that man, fuck it, let's do it. Let's just hope I made the right choice.
In the back, you bastard! Didn't have the guts to fuck me. Fuck you.
During your first meeting.
I'll kill you. I'll kill you.
Press to evolve. Let's say Clay's hatchet. 72 damage.
To taste a life, to embrace its most intimate secrets. Such a burden, such a divine sin.
Oh, people are there.
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide and seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I apologize, nurse. I needed some time to myself. This has been the longest and strangest night of my life.
You delivered poor Mr. Hampton from a terrible fate. The means to that end should be of little concern, Doctor.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
Yeah, I get an office. Fucking nice.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
Yeah, he knows
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
Apologies, I've only just met him the once. This is sudden. I've only just returned to England.
Dr. Swansea is a brilliant surgeon and the most compassionate physician.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in, how does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane.
Is there anything I can loot over here? Just take a quick look. No. Glass file. Let me talk to these people. Can I talk to them?
Good evening, sir.
So it is true. The famous Dr. Reed has joined
Dr.
us.
Tibbets.
I can't think of any better news during these terrible times.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met once before, at the Rockefeller University in New York.
Dr. Tippett, yes, I remember. I was assisting Professor Carell in his research about coronary bypasses. He had nothing but praise for you.
He was also very confident about your future. And look at you now. Eminent surgeon and blood transfusion specialist.
What is the Pembroke Hospital situation? And please, speak freely.
This hospital is not exactly the best
speak
of
for
London.
free.
I'm sure
Normally
you are
it would
used to
cost
working
you, but
in
you
a
know,
better environment.
you get a discount. Keep on.
It's more than enough. In any case, the personnel of a hospital are
Yes,
much
I
more
only consume the
important
blood
to
of
me
bad
than the building.
people.
Don't be misled by appearances, Dr. Reed. This hospital does not lack talented people. It just lacks hope.
What can you tell me about the staff in the hospital?
Some are really good, and others are not so good. But during this troubled period, there is no time for slander. I prefer to focus on the positive character traits.
Tell me more about cherished people, then.
Nurse
What are these
Brannigan is a
positive
pearl.
traits?
She is the most helpful and dedicated nurse I've ever worked with. A clever and cheerful woman.
You really seem to admire her skills.
I'll go even further. If she was a man, she would be a damn fine practitioner.
Any opinion about the management?
I don't always agree with Dr. Swansea's reserve, but I must admit he does all he can to keep this facility running during this crisis.
Ah, yes, the burden of command. I was fed up with this concept while serving as a medical officer.
Don't get me wrong. Swansea's a good administrator. I just wish he would get out of his office down again.
Hit required, hit required. No.
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Where'd you go? Unknown. There she is. Thought you could escape from me, did you?
Good evening, nurse. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed, the new surgeon here at the Pembroke.
Dr. Swansea has already told us about you, sir. I'm Nurse Gwyneth Brannigan. Welcome to the Pembroke Hospital.
Did he really? It's a good thing I wasn't hoping to keep a low profile.
All members of staff have already read about your new blood transfusion technique. Dr. Swansea made sure of that.
I see. Well, I'm a little surprised, but I suppose I'll just have to deal with this unexpected notoriety.
You must know, blood transfusions are Dr. Swansea's primary subject of research. He is convinced
I'm here
it
to
is the future.
research all these hints. Now tell me about these hints.
How are things here?
Not good, to say the
I
least.
will unlock them all.
We're struggling against an invisible enemy, more lethal than any bullet from a gun. It's hard, Doctor.
An invisible enemy. Quite a poetic term for a disease, especially from a nurse.
Sorry, Doctor. These last few weeks have been exhausting. We could all do with a good night's sleep.
Do you think this hospital can survive the epidemic?
We are all volunteers here, and we're
Not if
trying to hold
not if
fast.
Reed keeps draining
How
all
do
the
we
blood
beat
of
an
people.
invisible killer? Some nurses have already resigned.
I'm not familiar with all the staff yet. Perhaps you could help me.
Brilliant professionals, most of them. Dr. Swansea has a gift for recruiting talent.
Most of them. Is there a problem I should know about, nurse?
It would be inappropriate for me to speak ill of a colleague.
Is there anyone that stands out?
Well, I have never met someone as dedicated as Dr. Tippett's. He should be a standard for us all here. If only he were younger.
Why should his age be a problem?
I guess it's fair to say he's always pushing himself to the limits. He just doesn't know when to stop and get some rest.
New hint available.
Nurse Brannigan, if you do know something, please tell me. Anything you say will be held in confidence.
No. I may disagree with some conduct, but in the end, everybody is doing their best.
How are things here?
Not good.
No. Alright, so X is the skip, okay. Personal question. Tippett.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
Alright, so with this new hint. assume it's for... Don't lock on, dickhead. Let's talk to these other people.
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job.
Well, I like people who speak their mind.
I'm not sure I understand.
Brutal honesty too.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
Oh, well, thanks.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything. And it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess. I bring sick people here night and day. It's a dirty job, but I get it done. Most of the time.
Since you're on the front line, how is the sanitary situation in this vicinity?
It's a complete disaster. It's even getting dangerous to enter some streets or buildings. Even the locals attack you.
It sounds like things have been a bit rough recently. What's happened?
Yesterday I got attacked by the patient I was bringing in. I escaped through the hospital's garden, but I lost my wallet when I was running.
You left an infected patient outside the hospital? That's incredibly dangerous.
Go there yourself if you want, but be careful, Doctor. I'd rather not bring your dead body back.
What was that side mission? Ooh, midnight in the garden's good and evil. Midnight in the garden of good and evil.
I'd like to see your...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. A reliable gun is what everybody needs these days.
I don't mind selling. I'll sell that hatchet. What are these? Shotgun shells. Don't have a shotgun yet, so common handles for melee parts. Yeah. Simple common trigger. Thank you. Alright, so he's there. There's that lady there, and there's... I don't know who that is, but there's a doctor. Oop.
Good evening, Dr. Timmons.
Dr. Reed, any good news to share?
Oh, I was hoping you could tell that.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran. Maybe you should think about preserving your strength.
No. We must keep on healing all those poor souls. We are the last rampart before chaos. Once more, unto the breach.
Nurse Brannigan is worried about you, Doctor.
Wonder if I can set them two up.
She should not have told you that. I will have a word with her.
You don't have to blame her for her honesty.
I'm not that kind of man, my dear Jonathan. Actually, Nurse Brannigan's opinion is the only one I may listen to.
Alright then. Alright, so I think
Goodbye,
that's
Dr. Tippett.
There's no questions for you, okay, let's... Who is that over there?
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, sir.
Can I help with that?
Unless you're here to fix my
it was
face.
before.
No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reed. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor. German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
How is your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
Can I do anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Who is treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Yeah, that isn't creepy or nothing.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Here he is.
Good evening, Mr. Hampton. How do you feel?
Dr. Reed, is it? Oh, sir, I must apologize for my behavior.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the factory. Fear and exhaustion made me say awful things to you, I'm afraid.
You remained perfectly nice and polite. A little delirious, perhaps. But who wouldn't be after enduring an abduction?
Thank you, Doctor. That's a relief. Now all I need to do is rest and return to my flock.
Yo, yes, tell me about your life and... Yeah, how
did
you
you
know
end
that?
up in William Bishop's den?
I had received alarming news about his
was?
recent behavior. I went to his place and he refused to let me go.
You dared to enter this awful place alone. You're a hero, Mr. Hampton. Or a fool.
I'm just a man trying to help his friends, Dr. Reed. William Bishop was a conflicted soul, searching for light.
Why did he abduct you?
William was an alcoholic. His addiction suddenly changed to blood. I don't know why. Just like a patient I met here. This Miss Hawcroft.
Hawcroft?
Do you know Tom Watts? The bartender from the Turtle. I met him before I found you in the canning factory.
Tom? Yes, of course. Always the helping hand, good old Tom. Without men like him, corruption and despair would have wiped out the East End long ago.
People are still in despair.
How could it be otherwise? The authorities have left us all to rot in this contagious nightmare. No drugs, no advice, nothing. It's a damn shame.
Who should I avoid in this part of town, then? Any particularly evil figures?
Not really.
Yes, the vampires.
Most men and women are just doing their best. And it's not my habit to speak ill of people I know, Doctor.
What is the general situation in the East End docks?
The situation has always been tough, with a lot of tensions between the gangs and the Dockers' trade union. The Wet Boot Boys are very nervous since they lost their leader.
What type of name is that? The Wet Boot Boys?
Has the gang been threatening you?
Ah, no. I've had this nickname for so long, you know, the sad saint of the East End. No one dares to bug a saint, not even criminals.
No, but it was bold at the back.
Who leads the gang now?
Since Clay Cox went missing, it's his wife Edwina who runs the show, with the assistance of her minion, Booth Digby.
Ooh, I see what I did there. Clay Clark, so I just killed him, and so now it's the wife. That was the guy drained of blood before, so...
Have you made friends since you arrived?
Not really, but I recognize Miss Harriet Jones. I knew her when she lived by the docks. That poor woman had such a miserable life.
You never came to see her here at Pembroke? Receiving visits when sick can be an important part of the healing process, you know. We're not just bodies.
You're preaching to the converted now, Doctor. To be truly honest, I thought she was dead. She left the docks many months ago.
What do you do for a living, Mr. Hampton? I can't help but notice the cross around your neck.
I manage a night asylum for the poor and homeless of the docks. And I try to guide the lost and hesitant on the right path to our Lord.
Yeah,
Are you a priest, Mr. Hampton? A deacon, maybe?
Not at all, Doctor. I'm just a man of faith willing to preach the good word.
I was thinking, I didn't think he was a priest.
Why didn't you use your cross against William Bishop?
There are some people, you know, that are like...
That's a very strange question,
very
Doctor.
religious, but then...
A cross is no magical token, if that's what you were trying to say.
Not like Christian or Catholic, you know what I mean?
Right,
They don't go
anyway.
to church, but they're very religious. Which is a bit weird.
How do you feel, Mr. Hampton? Medically speaking, I mean.
I feel exhausted. Beyond exhaustion, actually. William drank so much of my blood in his madness. I feel... empty.
You're in good hands here. Dr. Swansea is well versed in blood transfusion, and I'm sure he'll take the best care of you.
Thank you, sir. I believe all I need is rest. And then I can go back to the people who need me.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later.
Alright, no.
It's locked.
Person in there. Who's this? Have I talked to this person?
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
No,
I don't think we've been
Pippa.
introduced yet. My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well, it's a euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
How long have
How
you been a
long
nurse
have
for?
you been a nurse?
Well, long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
You're right. When dealing with such a terrible disease, one must remain humble. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try our best.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How would you describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Nurse Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I
That's
could
a
believe
movie
you.
that's based on the Black
what if
Plague
this
that turned
epidemic
people into
was worse?
zombies.
What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Well, not well. Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Mesmerized, how do I...
Do you need medical help yourself, nurse?
I'm fine, really. I just need to sleep.
Press for details, not for free.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
I didn't even notice that in the top right corner. There's everybody...
Hello again, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton.
Can I talk to him again, or...?
Good evening.
Good evening.
Is there anything else I can ask him? No. No.
Goodbye, Milt.
there inside the building.
It's safer here than anywhere else in the East End.
Who's this?
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon.
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Really? You're a vampire?
Do you require my services, Miss Howcroft?
I have no need for your medicine, Dr. Reed. Blood is the only drug I need.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand.
Thelma is affected by Cotard syndrome and believes she's a vampire. Social circle is hard. Thomas Elwood.
Understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
I'm assuming you
yeah,
must be a
there's this vampire movie.
Am I right, Miss Howcroft?
So they've got about it.
To hide from my enemies.
Well, that was
I can leave
before. It's called
As a woman,
We Are the
spirit,
Night. It's
fog,
a French
or bat.
movie. It's really good, and I'd recommend you all
staff
watch
here
it.
are not your enemy.
It's worth reading.
They're
the
here to
subtitles.
help you, to care
No,
for
French. No,
I'm
not
not
French.
speaking of the doctors in white.
I think it was German. It wasn't in English, but
For I
it's really
am a
good.
vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Wrong.
Who are these
target
enemies you
investigation.
mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby. I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Hmm? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's minds, you see?
Alright, so have I gotten a hint about him at all or not?
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
Alright, so I'm just going to end this part here. Hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. This is Turtle Gamer Junkie signing off.